Bryson Tiller,
Mm-hmm.
the Don't record.
Yes.
How did this collab come about? Is this something like a mixtape kind of joint? Is this a something that you hit him up and was like, "Yo, I'm about to jump on your record and go for it," or how does that work?
Actually, the Bryson Tiller record, one of my friends, we were exchanging music, and I was putting her on some new music, and she put me on this record. She sent me a YouTube link. It was Bryson Tiller. I had never heard of the guy, never heard anything from him. And it was one of, how somebody send you some music and you kind of, it was, look at him like, oh. So I didn't know what it was. I clicked on the link and I listened to it. At the time, it had maybe a million views on it. So obviously somebody was listening to it, but it wasn't like a big worldwide hit yet at that point.
Yeah. So
when I listened to it, I automatically was like, wow, like this is a really special record. Like something about it, it was different than anything I had heard at the time.
First listen.
Yeah, just from the first, because I love hearing new artists and like, listening to new music. I'm always searching for new artists and, the next wave of music because I feel like I'm a part of that. So I want to know what's going on.
Gotcha.
So when I heard it, I was automatically like really impressed. And I was like, wow, like people need to hear this record. So I was searching around looking for an instrumental, and hey, I found an instrumental to the record. So at the time, I hadn't put out anything since All Ever Wanted, which had been like at least a year. So I hadn't even been in the booth in a while. Like I took a break. I was promoting, doing shows, and kind of chilling. So I was like, man, this would be a cool opportunity for me to get back in the studio and dust off the pad and warm the chops up. So I wrote something to it and put it down, got it mixed up. And I didn't even put the record out. I just sent it out in an email to a lot of my close friends, DJ friends, people who are interested in music as well, and just to get their opinion on it. Because this was my first time kind of coming back out. And, to a certain degree, I kind of took a different approach, and I'm kind of stepping up my, delivery and different things like that. So I wanted to get people's opinion. So I got a real good response from the people who I sent it to. And so much so that a few of the local radio stations, they wanted to start playing it because they had never heard the record before, know.
Yeah, because I know when you sent it to me, your version was the first version that I heard of the record.
And that was my intent. My intent was to put people on Bryson Tiller as well as being able to hear Kel on something new, you know. So I really wanted to kind of show people, that they had this talented guy who was making this record because I liked the record, so I wanted to share it. That was all my intent was. But the radio stations picked it up down here and they started playing it, So a lot of people have been hitting me up and saying how much they really like the record, so I really appreciate that. And that means a lot to me.
So you don't actually know Bryson Tiller?
Don't know Bryson Tiller. Never met him. Actually, we reached out to his camp. He's a pretty busy guy right now. I mean, Trap Soul is going crazy, so maybe one day we'll be able to have that conversation, but we'll see.